Okay, let's get it. It's your boy Mtutuzi, back with another video. Shout out to all my brothers, all my sisters, all the kings and queens checking this out. I won't be looking at the camera as much because I'm shooting with the front camera, and looking at myself throws me off, right? But yeah, let's get it. As you can see by the topic, having self-respect is uncomfortable but needed when it comes to women. Let me get straight into it, right? I'm gonna be talking about a couple of situations and basically giving you why having self-respect is needed, although it is uncomfortable. I'm gonna start with girl number one. And I'm gonna give like a quick background, right? Girl number one, she works close to where I work, right? Like we work in the same shopping center, let me put it like that. Same shopping center, right? She's a little bit older than me, so I'm 26 right now. She's about early 30s, maybe 30, maybe 31, I'm not too sure. I've never known her age, but I know she's older. What had happened was, in my own words, I felt like she liked me, right? People around me said she liked me. I went up to her and basically turned her down based on assumption, right? Because I didn't like, there was this whole, because we started getting to know each other, you know what I'm saying? There was this whole, I like someone in the center, and I felt like, which I feel like girls are comfortable doing, right? Like, they know you like them, but they'll just play it like they don't know. Whereas for me, it was like, walking with God, I feel like I like my life being based on truth. So, yes, I felt like she liked me, and I didn't like that. I didn't like her back, and I kind of felt like I was leading her on, you know what I'm saying? Because I picked up the hints that she was dropping. So I was like, hey, I just went straight up, told her that, you know what, I'm not feeling you because of 1, 2, and 3. Which turned into a whole situation, but basically we became friends, right? And in us becoming friends, what I found is, with female friends in general, they do the bare minimum and expect to be called a friend. And for me, I add a lot of value. So always when there's that power dynamic where I feel like I'm not getting my return, right? Because friendship is an exchange. It's like I always just distance myself, right? As I should. But yeah, with her, basically, because I felt like she liked me, she was doing things for me, she was treating me nice. I did things for her. It was a proper friendship. Until the other day, right? So she had given me a birthday gift on my birthday. Then she was like, I'm giving you this now, but don't worry, end of the month, I got you something else, right? I'm gonna get you something else. And which was unprovoked, as I said to her. But anyways, I accepted it, right? Like, I'm like, oh, shout out. My birthday was, to give context, my birthday was April 16. If you want to know, you're trying to send me a gift, let me know how we can hook that up. But yeah, basically April 16, so she said end of the month, so 30th of April. With me, right, I wasn't expecting anything, honestly. Like, fast forward to the 30th of April, her colleague, right, because there's 3 of them that work in that specific store. So it's her colleague, which is a friend of mine. Like, I like her because she, even though I feel like she doesn't do much for me, like the vibe, she always has this good vibe about her, and she keeps things I'd say to a certain level, emotionless. Like, she doesn't bring drama, right? Even though, like, apparently she also liked me. That's what I've been told. Even though she's never shown it to me. But yeah, anyways, it's her, girl number one, who I'm talking about, her colleague, and there's a brother. So her colleague was like, you know what, I'm gonna get you something end of the month, right? On my birthday. Because money is tight. I'm like, ah, nah, sweet. The 30th comes around. Her colleague was on some, as I walked past the store, she was like, nah, pull up, I got you something. I was like, oh, okay, now shout out. I pull up, you feel me? She gives me like a paper bag, basically, with my gift. I was like, okay, I'm gonna check it out later. She's like, then her girl number one starts commenting. It's like, okay. Then she's like, then I'm like, yeah, and where is your gift? And at this time, I'm saying it out of basically rhetorically, right? Firstly, I wasn't looking forward to the gift. I had forgotten that she even said she's gonna get me something, but it was at the back of my mind. But I was just like, you know what? Yeah, where's your gift? You did say month end. She's like, yeah, I did. So I'm like, and so? Then she's like, what? And so? So then we go on this whole tangent where we start arguing. And I'm like, how can I trust you? Because you're not keeping your word, right? You said month end is today. Where's the gift? And that day they were closing early, right? So they were gonna leave before I knocked off. So I'm like, if you're not giving me anything now, that means you didn't buy the gift, you didn't keep your word. She's like, you know what, when I said month end, I expected you to understand that. She didn't put in these words, but like basically she's like, I haven't even gone shopping for my child. I haven't gotten you the gift. But I was like, how? You unprovokingly said month end. Where's the self-accountability? Like, I wasn't expecting anything. You said month end. Then she was on some, you know what? When I said month end, I was expecting you to use your brain and think that you were going to get it, not month end exactly, but around month end. And when she said that, I was like, oh, okay, you know what? It is what it is. I walked off. I saw her again that day. Then she tried speaking to me like, to Then I just ignored her. So this happened on a Wednesday. Thursday was Workers' Day, right? 1st of May. I wasn't at work. Friday, we were all back at work. Friday comes, and I still don't feel like talking to her. She's like, Vela, you're not gonna talk to me. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna talk to you. So then, since then, I haven't spoken to her, right? And now we're on this whole ignoring each other. But you know what? I look at it is uncomfortable because I feel like every day I'm at work, I have to go to her store basically, like. So we have to interact. And just the other day, right, like I walked into her store, then she didn't greet me. And, I wanted to tell her, I was like, you know what? You should learn how to separate personal and professional, right? You should learn, but basically it's like, on my side, even though I feel like she had feelings, me, ignoring her, especially at this point, was needed, right? And I'm gonna get into it, but like on my side, I made a logical decision. I was like, you know what? One of the things she said while I was confronting her, she's like, hey, why are you trying to make me feel bad now? And I was like, how am I making you feel bad for telling you what you said? And also, because she said, I was expecting you to use your brain. That was clear disrespect, right? So me ignoring her was a logical move. I was like, you know what? Firstly, for her to say that is disrespectful. When she said something, she didn't keep her end of the. She didn't keep her word, basically, her end of the bargain. So I was like, nah, that's straight disrespect. And to top it off and say, I was expecting you to use your brain. So now that we're not talking to each other, there's not going to be this whole, I ignore her, then one day I'm like, no, I'm sorry. You know what? I still stand on my logical decision that, you know what, she disrespected me. And if she feels like, I'm not going to tell her, you know, for the longest time, I feel like I've been a person who, especially with women, and I feel like because I'm a man, like, I always tell you where you went wrong, then it's up to you to correct it, or you choose that, okay, you know what, I don't want to say sorry or whatever, right? But like, you know what, for the longest time now, I've been doing that. But now I'm like, you know what, if you can't comprehend and be like, you know what, I said what I wasn't supposed to say, come to me and be like, I'm sorry. I'm never going to tell you where you went wrong. I'm just going to ignore you. Like, since we're ignoring each other, I'm literally, obviously, you know, because I go to a store, I'm going to greet her. But this is like, I'm never speaking to her again. And when I never speak to someone, I never speak to someone. So, self-respect, it's uncomfortable because now, you know what I'm saying? Like, because she works with 2 colleagues, there's 3 of them, as I said. The 2 colleagues got me gifts. They all got me gifts, right? But the 2 colleagues, you know, we're still cool. So now it's uncomfortable, you know. But then again, it's needed because you have to respect yourself as a guy. You have to. There's no other way, right? So, yeah, like, we're never speaking again. And I feel like it's for the better. I always make the best decisions and I make them logically. So, and there's no going back on logic, right? So it's like, now I'm at a point is like, I pull back. I won't speak to you again if you're doing wrong. I'm not going to even explain. Maybe to my brothers, I'll tell you where you went wrong. But to females, especially knowing, like, at the back of my mind, I know that she knows where she went wrong. She just has pride and she's not willing to humble herself and say sorry. So, hey man, I don't care. Like, you do what you gotta do, but I'm never speaking to her again. And you know, I won't lie, like, funny enough, I feel like it's a relief from my shoulders because not so long ago, and I'm only bringing this up because I want to explain, but like, not so long ago, she had asked me to buy her something. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, why me? Like, you have your colleagues. Like, why do you want me to buy it? And I'm also like, because people have been pressing me, asking me about money, I always take a step back and like, is it because I look rich? Is it like, why are you asking me for money? Why are you asking me? Like, why don't you ask people around you? But she was like, nah, because you're my friend. And I was like, you know, this friend thing is getting out of hand because firstly, I feel like even, you know, like, I'm not gonna criticize her gift, right, that she got me. I feel like it was the bare minimum. But you know what? I'll be humble because I'm a man of God and accept the effort. But it was bare minimum, right? And like, also, like, I've given her way more value in terms of what she's returned to me. I've been way too understanding. Like, I won't stand for disrespect. F that. Moving on, girl number 2. She's also maybe 30 right now, early 30s or 29, around that age. So for my birthday, I told her, you know what, my birthday is coming up. We had this thing where, with her, right, girl number 2, she's attractive enough for you to sleep with her, in my perspective. But like, I wasn't chasing her because she's got a child, and also like, I feel like it wouldn't work, right? Because I'm at a stage, it's like, if I'm not wifing you, what's the use? I'm not gonna sleep with you. out of respect for God. So she is attractive though, right? But like I always just kept casual conversation, right? Because I also go to her store almost every day. So it's like, oh hey, how are you? I'll ask maybe how a child is, how was the weekend? Little things. What had happened is birthday is coming up days before, even weeks before. I won't say weeks, but maybe 2 weeks, a week before I told her birthday is coming up. This year I decided on some, why not just tell people about my birthday? I've never been one to, it's my birthday, it's my birthday. I feel like you're just seeking validation and it's never felt comfortable for me. So this year I was like, what, why not do that and see what it gets you? I will say it got me a lot of gifts, right? Like if I just kept quiet, obviously people don't know my birthday. So it's just gonna be like, oh, happy birthday. But saying it beforehand, I did get a lot of gifts, a lot of money. So I understand why people do it. But anyways, I told her, it's my birthday. Kept making jokes leading up to my birthday on some, I heard people are taking loans and I'd look in her direction, like when we're in a group setting. So the whole thing is I was expecting a gift, but at the same time, not really expecting it, right? But because of also with her, we're not friends, but like we're casual, we know each other. So it was a thing of, I didn't see why she wouldn't get me a gift, right? And I've added much value to her. But one thing I know about girl number 2, she is, I'd say, selfish, right? She might hear this and think, oh damn, selfish, but selfish like to a certain degree. And what I mean by that is, when I had first started working where I work, she used to walk past, because she works like the shop next to me. And from where I sit, it's see-through, right? So she used to walk past without greeting me, without acknowledging me. Every time I saw her, she'd just walk past. Treated me like I wasn't even there, right? Until a certain day, and I'm only bringing this up to explain, right? But like, until a certain day, I bought her a chocolate. I don't know why I bought her that chocolate, but I know it was like an act of not trying to be seen, but like more of an act of God, right? So I bought her a chocolate. Then from there we started talking. There, we were cool. But like I understood that, oh, okay, like she's one of those that she's closed off or whatever. So fast forward, I tell her about my birthday. She's like, why does your day have to be in the middle of the month? Because my birthday is on the 16th of April. So, it's quite tricky if you get paid month end. During that time is when you're running low on cash. I understood, but like, I was even aiming low as for a chocolate. That's what, 20 something rand. I don't have high expectations for people. And I know also, it's a harsh fact, but people are broke like that, you feel me? Anyways, birthday comes up, I get to her all excited. I'm like, yeah, what's happening? What have you got for me? She's like, hey, nothing. I'm like, and plus what made it worse, right, is when I had got to work on my birthday, I saw her carrying like a gift bag. So I thought, something nyana. Yeah, when I go to her, she's like, nothing. I'm like, what? Yeah, and then, like, with all other people, right, at least they made the effort of saying, Duduzi, I'll get you month end. With her, it was just like so, you know what I'm saying? From that day, I sat down, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, Duduzi, you know what? It's going to be uncomfortable because, as I say, I go to a shop every day or almost every day. But I was like, you know what? Don't tell her where she went wrong. She knows she went wrong. Just never speak to her again. And yeah, now I'm currently at that point. Is like, I don't speak to her. Obviously, how are you? But it's different from what it used to be, because I used to be more inquisitive, more smile at her. Now I don't care, you know what I'm saying? It's like go my own way. And also with her, like I already knew even before I started ignoring her that she's never gonna be like, oh, what's wrong? She's not one of those. So you know what? Since we've been gone our separate ways, man. Funny thing is, I saw her today. You feel me? I was by a certain restaurant, right? It's in our shopping center, and most people buy from there because their food is convenient. It's the best out there. So I was there buying food. She was also there with another girl I'm gonna talk about. But like, yeah, she's just like, I don't make eye contact except for a hi and bye. I keep it pushing, and like, obviously it's uncomfortable, but it is needed. We have to have self-respect as brothers, like, and it has to come to this level. Otherwise, you're never gonna like. It's like, you know, I always keep my decisions logical and never emotional, right? So even though I feel like there's a bit of like sadness towards her on some what's happening, when she knows what's happening, I'll never allow myself to deviate from logical thinking. It's like, okay, she deserves this because, you know what I'm saying? It's not punishing her. It's just going our separate ways. Girl number 3. Let me talk about girl number 3. Yes, girl number 3 is someone who is a friend of a friend, right? So I met girl number 3 through one of my brothers. Me and the brother we good, you know what I'm saying? Met girl number 3. The first time I met her, me and my brother, we were going out. He said he's gonna bring 2 girls. For whatever reason, right? I'm like, I'm down. The other girl ended up flaking. He ended up bringing her, girl number 3. Okay, it was an okay time. She seemed younger, but she's actually 2 years older than me. Yeah, girl number 3 is cute, man. Like, I'm not, to speak honestly, I'm not so sexually attracted to her. Like, it's not the number one thing. I just like, she's very cute. I like her characteristics. You know, she doesn't smoke, she doesn't drink. She's a very like clean Christian girl, like wifey material, right? So I met girl number 3 that one day. We went out with my brother. We all kicked it. It was a good time, you feel me? Then we went out again as a group, right? Me, my brother, and girl number 3. So obviously, second time being out, more familiar with each other. So with girl number 3, what had happened is we took pictures, right? I'm gonna lay it all out. We took pictures the second time we went out. And because I have the camera, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put these pictures on Google Drive. Then I'll send you guys the links. So I did that. I didn't know I had restricted permission. So she requested for me to allow her to obviously view the photos, download them. I got her email by doing that. Then I'm the one who texted her first. Girl number 3, right? When we had, I think this is the first time we all met each other. I had asked her for who she listens to. And I was like, okay, I'm going to check them out. And for me, in a way, to be like, you know, with girl number 3, like I've never looked at her as like, you know, I'm going after her, like, oh, potential. Even though I did see her as my wife, you know what I'm saying? I could have those thoughts. It was never let's make it happen with girl number 3. Like, this is your God-given opportunity, right? So I emailed her first, right? On some, yo, I started listening to this specific artist, and that artist, he's a jazz piano type of guy. So I was like, hey, what's going on? Is this your flavor of music? Kind of just wanting to bond, right? And obviously she texted back. So with girl now, funny thing with girl number 3, like, one thing I like about self-respect, it comes from self-accountability as well, right? Self-accountability and self-respect are linked. So with girl number 3, I had sent her an email, and she followed me on Insta before responding to my email. So for a second, I was confused. I was like, did she get my email? Because with emails, like, you never know, right? There's no read receipts. So she had followed me on Insta before she replied, and I was like, but I feel like because I've done me a solid by always assuming, I'm an assumer, right? So if I think a girl likes me, I assume it. So with girl number 3, right, when she had followed me without replying, I assumed. I was like, okay, she saw my email, she hasn't replied to it, but she saw it, right? So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna not follow her until she replies. And funny enough, wait a couple hours later, she replied via email. Then I followed her back on Insta. Then I replied to her. But with girl number 3, what I had seen is the time delays. One thing I also don't like, and going forward, it's gonna be slim chances that I have female friends, is I can tell when a female treats you as a friend, right? It's all buddy. And with most of the girls I've tried to be friends with, there's always that weird vibe, even though from my side, I'm strictly platonic with it, right? But yeah, like, as I'm gonna explain, like with girl number 3, time delay, took hours to respond. She finally responded, I responded again, she took hours. Then it went to days. And, you know, like, there's a certain point she took 3 days to respond. And what messed me up, didn't mess me up, why I felt some type of way, I was like, you know what, I'm trying to build a friendship, because there's gonna come a time where the brother's gonna want us to go out again, all 3 of us. And it's like, I don't want to be in a weird position right now. It's like, okay, it's me and my brother, we're going out with one girl. Obviously the question is, the dynamic is already, what's going on here? Whose girl is she? And if she is all our friend, right, like, let me at least build something. But no, she's time delaying. That's why I felt like she liked me, right? Or, I won't say she liked me, I'm gonna obviously assume that, but she's testing me, right? So yeah, she took like 3 days to respond, and I was like, I sent an email back after she responded. You know, I was like, yeah, like, she had a whole situation she was going through. I was like, okay, I get that you went through a tough situation, but at least let me know that, you know what, I won't be able to talk, instead of taking days to respond. You know, I'm not with that. Otherwise, we'll stop talking and I'll never speak again. No hard feelings, right? So I sent this and she didn't respond to it. And then I followed up, I double texted because I had fallen short on semen retention. So I felt like, you know what, some to-doozy, you're pushing too hard. You know, just that BS of not respecting yourself, right? So I was just like, you know what, I sent her another message hours later, right? Because she hadn't responded like in maybe 2-3 hours. So I sent another message on some, forgive me, I wasn't thinking of your situation. Then she's like, okay, apology accepted. I have nothing more to say, but we're good, right? And that's when, like, I had already known it was from the start that, you know what, she ain't serious, you feel what I'm saying. So after that, I didn't text her for some time. Then I texted her again. And this is where accountability comes in. Like, girls will always try play games. It's up to you if you let them, right? So it's never her fault if she plays with you. It's your fault because you accepted it. So I texted her. Still, she's, replying, time delaying, basically. So I knew what it was. I knew she didn't like me. I saw it strictly as a friendship. Fast forward, I wanted to take this other girl out, right? That I had been speaking to. I think I should also talk about her in this video, but we're already on 30 minutes. But let's get it. I wanted to take this other girl out. So I had a feeling that this other girl would say she's busy, or because she was showing very low interest in me, which I accepted, right? I was like, okay, she doesn't like me like that, but she's still responding. Probably because she liked my attention. So I was like, okay, it was Friday. I wanted to take this girl out on Saturday. I had talked to her that, sometime I want to take you out. Then she's like, okay, hit me up after this date. So, like, maybe she said the 1st. I texted her on the 5th. I was like, okay, are you free for the 6th, which was Saturday, right? And before I even texted her, I was like, okay, this girl might say no. Let me also meet up with girl number 3, right? Let me meet up with girl number 3. What I'm not explaining also about girl number 3 is before I hit girl number 3 up, there was a day where I hit my brother, who I know her through, right? I was like, hey, yo, what you doing? It was a Friday as well. I was like, hey, yo, what you doing? I'm trying to go to Monte Casino. I'm trying to go out. It was a stressful time at the crib. And I felt like, you know what, I had money. I don't have to be here. So I was like, hey, yo, what you doing? Let's go out. He's like, you know what, I have to wake up early. Can't make it. I'm knocking off late. It's just not going to work. So I was like, okay, you know what, let me hit girl number 3 up. Yeah, so I hit girl number 3 up on some, hey, yo, what you doing? Let's go out tonight. I'll pay for everything. Because I already know girls. It's like, anyways, yeah, I already knew, like, she might come at me with the whole, I don't have money. And this is my experience from previous girls, right, that I've tried to be friends with. They always pull that I don't have money. And, it's one of those tricky things where it's like, it's either you be like, F that, I ain't paying for you, or you pay for everything. Now, because I knew she was a friend, I didn't mind. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not expecting anything. I want to go out. I don't want to go out alone, though. And I don't want to, I didn't want to pay for another brother of mine. Like, the brother who had asked to go out with, and he said he's busy. I know he's always going to hold himself down. I don't want to, like, pay for another brother, take him out. I don't know, it doesn't feel right in my heart. And I also feel like brothers are not worthy of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if they had kept it 100, I wouldn't mind sharing my money with you. You know what I'm saying? But like, if the relationship is shaky in my eyes, like, I'm not gonna hit you up and still take you out. I feel like it's not an investment I want to make, right? So yeah, I was like, you know what? Why not take her? She's a girl, friend. Beginning stages, why not? I had hit her up. I was like, okay, you free? I know it's short notice, but are you free? I want to go out. I'll cover everything, right? Because I know also with her, she doesn't drive. So I was like, okay, now transport everything, I got you. Then she hits me on some, no, today I can't. Sorry. Are you open to reschedule, right? So I explained to her that, you know what, I had asked BP, okay, BP is the homie, I had asked BP if he's free, right? BP's the brother who I know her through. I had asked BP if he wanted to go, and he said he's busy. So I only asked you because I knew you might be free and you wouldn't reject the opportunity if you were, right? So now if if I reschedule, it seems intentional, like a date, and I don't want that pressure on me, right? Because when I had offered, I said I'm gonna pay for everything. Now if we reschedule, I was gonna have to pay for everything like I had said, right? And I didn't want that, because I didn't want to push this whole I want to take you serious, I want to date you, because I've never looked at it like that, right? So I was like, I explained that to her. I was like, if we reschedule, it's gonna seem intentional. But like, if you don't see it that way, right? You know what? We'll go out sometime next month. I'll hit you up. I'll see if you're free. Then we'll see if you can work. So then she hit me on some, oh, okay, my bad, or damn, I wish I was available, and don't worry, things should be looking up for me. Also next month, basically for her to have money to also, to hold herself down. And at this time she's unemployed. It's like, not to be that guy, but like, I feel like, the Bible talks about the poor's friends, the poor neighbor, his friends run away from him no matter how much he tries to persuade them with words. I'm someone like, because she is unemployed, it's not the same as male unemployment, right? Because she's a girl. But I also know that, me wanting to be her friend, I was like, being unemployed wasn't like a red flag on some like, and I don't want to surround myself with someone who's unemployed, right? Because I'm a big believer in God, all praises to the Most High, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and the Father, and the Holy Spirit. Let me not leave, you know what I'm saying, the most important person in the world. Now, for real though, I was like, I don't want to have that mentality. Like, I never want to look down on someone because of their situation, because I know that even though I am kind of up right now, there's a chance where I could be poor, right? Or I can resort to poverty, which I believe won't happen if I do things right, because I'm gonna be forever in prosperity. But like, yeah, I was like, she doesn't have a job, it's not a big thing, you know what I'm saying? It's like, at the end of the day, we're all believers. So when she had said that I'm saying, things should be looking up for me, then we'll go out, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I accepted it, but like, I knew, like, even though things are not looking up, and I said this to her, it's like, don't worry, I'll cover it, because I knew the situation, right? Fast forward, she's still time delaying. So when I had wanted to take, let me say girl number 4, right? Which is the girl I was talking about that said I wanted to take girl number 4 out on Saturday. I was like, okay, girl number 4, there's a chance that she'll give an excuse because she's low interest, right? She's not that interested in me, but because we're from the same high school, she entertains me. And like, I feel like she liked me, or she just considers me potential because I've got it like that, right? I hit girl number 4 up on some let's go out Saturday. And I also hit girl number 3 up, right? Don't get confused. I hit girl number 3 up when I hit girl number 4 up on some, yeah, let's go out Saturday, I'll cover it. Even though I was supposed to see girl number 3 next month, right? But I was like, you know what? let me set two dates basically the same day, so that if girl number 4 flops, I'll just go out with girl number 3. And as I had expected, amen. Girl number 4, I was like, hey, are you free tomorrow? Then she's like, nope, I'm working. That was her response. So I just, obviously I blue ticked her. But girl number 3 was like, I don't have money, but I'm available. I was like, I did say I'm going to cover everything. So just let me know. We'll set up the logistics. We'll go. Right? So what happens is Saturday comes around. Me and girl number 3, we go out. I spent a whole lot of money. It's not a lot, but I spent a lot of money, right? Which I also won't blame her for. You know what I'm saying? I said everything is on me, firstly. And we were supposed to go to restaurant number 1. When we got there, man, it was so quiet. I was like, you know what? I don't want to be here. Even though, like, restaurant number 1 was cheap. That's why I wanted to go. Low investment, I was like, you know what? Let's go to another restaurant. We ended up eating somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I spent quite a sum of money. Just in overall, you know what I'm saying? I also Ubered her home, which I felt like was my duty. Okay, everything is good, right? Fast forward, get home. Oh, thank you for the outing, whatever. Till this day, right? I sent her the last good night. She hasn't texted me, right? Since. I'm looking at it like, you know what? With girl number 3, I never wanted to date her. But if now, okay, I've always wanted to make friendship, but she's doing the bare minimum, right? Time delaying. She's never started a convo. And on top of it, she never started a convo, and I confronted her about it. That day we had met up, and she's like, oh no, because we were texting via email, wada. She didn't really get into it, but I sat back and I made a logical decision. I was like, you know what, Ntuduzi, I don't regret spending money on her. I don't regret any of the things I did. The reality is, though, she's never started a conversation. She's not, I expect way more from her as a friend. Let's not even talk about romantic, because I feel like to switch it to romantic now, it could happen, but it's going to have to be, from my side, it's going to have to be more effort than I want to put in. Because she might be like, but we're friends. All that BS, right? So it's like, okay, I don't want to date her. But as a friend, she's doing the bare minimum. As I say, never started a convo. But the reality is, I'm the one who always texted her, even though I knew that but she didn't ever start a convo. She time delayed. And you know what I'm saying? Like, the first time where I had wanted to cut her off on some, if you're gonna time delay, we best go our separate ways. I'm the one who played myself, ended up taking her out, even though I wanted to, right? Don't get me wrong, and spend money on her. So as I sit and I take a step back, it's like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna tell her where she went wrong, even though she might watch this video and find out. But like, just as a general principle, and I was watching a video about this. Girls, they don't tell you where you went wrong. They just pull back, right? Like, funny, I had this other girl just pull back. I don't mind it though, because I also really wasn't into her. But that's the reality. So I'm starting to operate like that. It's like, I know she knows. I know she's testing me, right? And I know she knows that she's doing the bare minimum on purpose. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a step back. I had posted a status basically like saying it's a brother offended is hard to conquer. It's harder to conquer than a strong city. It's a Bible verse. And she liked that status. Confused though, because these games. I was just like, you know what, Duduzi, you've always put your best foot forward. This is not what you want from a friendship, right? Especially a girl. It's like, so it's like, okay, but anyways, this is not what you want from friendship. You're the one that allowed it to get this far. So you know what? Yeah, I deleted her number. I'm moving on. And self-respect. And I know that things haven't played out because we haven't seen each other. We haven't spoken. So it's going to be a bit uncomfortable when she texts me now and I no more respond. But it's like self-respect is needed, guys. Girl number 4. I have a whole lot of girls to talk about it. Girl number 4. I'm gonna, okay, she's been showing me minimum interest, right? Low, let me not say minimum, low interest. But I still find girl number 4 nice. She's like a 7 in my eyes, right? There's a side to her that I like where she's my bad, but like she's normally this like on the socials, she's this stern person, but like there's this giggly side I like of her personality that I know from high school. So I was like, okay, I wanted to take girl number 4 out. She's also never started a conversation, right? And it's funny with this whole not starting a conversation. I was watching another video, and basically Austin, he was explaining that he slept maybe 5 times with a certain girl around that number, and she still won't start the conversation. It's like, man, girls have pride, it's funny. But yeah, like she's never started a conversation except for wishing me a happy birthday when I posted that it's my birthday, which is bare minimum. But I was like, okay, you know what, with girl number 4, find her not that attractive, but attractive, right? But I'm like, what am I doing? Because I don't want to be friends with her. Like, as I say, like I've seen this whole thing of girls, like girl friendships. I feel like someone is always attracted to someone, right? It's either you like her or she likes you. And in my case, when I keep it strictly platonic, I feel like the girl starts liking me or the girls liked me. So I was like, okay, don't do female friendships. And females are weird, man. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I was just thinking this to myself this morning or yesterday. I was like the interactions with women has just been so weird, where you just get so confused. Where it's like, you know what? I made a decision that if it's not romantic, I don't want to deal with women. Or if it's not business or professional, like, nah, we're not friends. I only have male friends, yeah. Anyways, girl number 4. Every time I text, she texts back. She doesn't take long to respond. Like, it's never been more than like 30 minutes, right? But like, yeah, she responds. You know what I'm saying? Like, around that time, like, she responds quite fast. But yeah, she never starts a conversation. As well as, like, it's just... Also, her responses are dry. So, like, at times, maybe I'll be like, oh, I've said, like, how was your day? Then she's like, good. For example, then I'm just like, okay, I ghost. I blue tick the message. But it's like, what am I supposed to? It's like, so she's one of those. But every time I text, she responds. So I was like to her, okay, I want to take you out to this place sometime, right? Then she's like, okay, I'm down after a certain date. Like, as I said, like, she's like, okay, I'm down after the 1st, right? Let's just say the 1st. So the fact that she gave me that whole, I'm down after the 1st, without explaining the reason, I already knew that she's low interest. She's just, she likes the interest I'm showing her, but she doesn't really wanna, you know what I'm saying? Basically, like, she doesn't feel me, which I accepted, right? Self-accountability is a big part in everything. So, like, as I said, I had asked, I was like, okay, on the 5th, I was like, okay, let's go out on the 6th. Then she just said, nope, I'm working. So then I blue ticked the message. I've been off a certain platform, so I haven't talked to her. I know, right? Like, she hasn't. I'm gonna log back onto that certain platform, and I haven't. She won't have. I best believe there won't be a text from her on some, what's wrong, or I'm sorry for, or nothing like that. I'm saying? She's low interest. She doesn't like me, which I accept. And also, yeah, even if she sent a message, because I've been off so long from this certain platform, she probably just deleted it on some, I'm tripping, like I won't give him that validation. So like, I'm like previously, right, before this situation with girl number 4, the first time, like around the first times I started talking to her since high school, right? Because how it actually started with her, right? Back in high school, just to kind of explain, one day we went to like a sub class because our teacher wasn't there, if you know this whole sub thing. And when we got to that sub class, there was another class, right? And this was grade 10, if I'm not wrong. And she was one of the girls, or basically one of the people in that sub class. And I was looking at her, I was like, who the hell is this? Like, I've never seen her this whole time I've been in high school, yet she's so nice. Like, where have you been? Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously I didn't speak to her because I was much shy, right? Very shy back then. But like, that was my whole mindset. I was like, what the hell? There's a new girl. Yarr. Then from there, that's when like I started seeing her more. I showed my interest. We talked, but nothing really came about it, right? Like, yeah, but basically, why I hit her back up, there was a time in high school, we were walking, she might deny this, we were walking, she came and held my hand, and she's like, I see a future with you. Something on the lines of that, like, something talking about the future, right? It was like a quick handhold, nothing serious. But I knew, like, even through her gestures, like, the way she smiled at me, like, once we got to know each other, like, friendship-wise, I could tell that she's interested. So after high school, she's still on her glow up. I hit her back up just to test the waters. And I wanted to take her out somewhere, right? When I initially hit her up, wanted to speaking to her. Then she, like, kept asking me stupid questions. Like, I was like, let's go to this event. And she's like, where is it? What do people do here? I was like, it's a party. She's like, I don't know. She was just giving me this whole runaround. Then I was like, oh, okay, she doesn't want to go. Then from there, kind of ghosted her. Ended up even unfollowing her, right? So I'm the one who followed her again. Then finally we at the situation where she just said, I'm working, no trying to make it happen with me, which I accept. So it's like, I feel like I'm just gonna unfollow her again. This time is like, okay, into doozy. I've made a logical decision. I don't want her. So yeah, I'm not gonna be friends with her. Unfollow, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's like, it's gonna be uncomfortable if I ever see her, because it's like, what the hell are you? But at the end of the day, it's like, self-respect is needed. I should have had it since day one. Girl number 5. Girl number 5, a lady at my job, right? So I think you could say mid-30s, mid to early 30s. So I'm guessing maybe 33 to 35. She could be 36. You know what I'm saying? Around that age, like, she's the most attractive. Like, I'll give it to her. Like, even today I was telling myself, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to deny it. She's drop dead gorgeous, right? She's the most attractive lady there. She's just the most attractive, right? But she is married. And, but okay, she's married. So what had went about is like I felt she showed me some interest. You know what I'm saying? So I I treated her nice because she's attractive. I won't lie, you treat people. I won't say I liked her because I knew what it was, right? She's married, nothing's ever gonna come of it. But like I treated her nice because she's attractive, straight up. And I bought her things, but like all while still respecting the marriage. Fast forward, we're cool, you know what I'm saying? She greets me, I greet her. Fast forward, I ask her, this is the chain actually. I was like, you know what? Out of nowhere, like I see her walking, by my store. Or I was also going out, we met each other. Hey, how are you? I'm good. How are you? I was like, she's so beautiful. Then she hits me with like a laugh type of thing. Then I'm like, I saw a chain and please get it for me. She's like, oh, I'm interested. Maybe I might buy that chain as well, or buy a chain. Yeah. Where did you see it? I told her where I saw it. I was like, yeah, it's 150. And I don't remember exactly what she said. She's like, don't worry, I've got you. I just have to, I don't know. I just have to, something for my son. I know she's got children, right? Or a child, I'm not too sure. I just know about one son. But she's like, I have to do something for my son if I'm not wrong. But don't worry, I've got you. I think I must have bought this chain. It's been 4 to 3 months now. Because I was like, yeah, man, she's taking too long. And I had asked her because I was like, you know what? With what I had done for her, the nature of our friendship, she's not going to say no. She's going to get it for me. Like, I knew that. So, yeah. I ended up buying the chain for myself. I was like, man, she's taking too damn long. Yeah, so it's been months, right? Like, and I'm not butthurt about it. Like, I understand the dynamics. She's married, right? But like, for me, it's like I'm not gonna. She changed. She's. What can I say? She takes. What's the word? She takes pride in her looks because she's so beautiful. She's always changing up her hair. She's always looking good, right? Like, I guess it's a thing of she wants that attention, like we all do, right? But, because she's a girl, girls with attention. But, like, it's like, after she had changed her hairstyle so many times, because she's so beautiful, I believe she's got a rich husband. Just my assumption, which is right? I was like, you know what? She doesn't want to give me the money, right? At the end of... Also, what had happened is I had asked her for... I don't know, maybe this might play a factor. Just because I'm putting everything out there. The day I had asked her to buy me this chain, we went to the same store. And I was going to buy a drink. Then she was like to me... I was looking like in a certain fridge. Then she was looking in another fridge. Then she's like... what are you buying? And I'm like, I want to buy this drink. It was an energy drink. She's like, no, buy this and I'll buy it for you, right? She pointed to a specific drink. So I was like, free drink. I was like, why not? Like, I took a flavor. Then she bought that drink for me, right? So how I interpret it is like, because I folded to a certain extent, right? Because like, I didn't take the drink I wanted. But I was like, because I'm getting my drink paid for, why not? But yeah, anyways, yeah, since that time, we always see each other. It's like, hey, she keeps changing her hair. She always looks good. But then for me, it's like, even though I'm not hurt about it, it's like, I'm uncomfortable because it's like, she's purposely not giving me what I want. And I know she knows this. So I decided to, pull back. I'm not talking to her now. And it's just uncomfortable now because obviously I'm at a point where I'm not explaining. Like, I won't be like, why didn't you buy me this? I just won't explain myself. I'll just go about my day. I know, obviously, because she's got a husband, she doesn't care. So, and also, like, course, she's the hardest. I haven't seen brothers giving her attention. I don't be outside work like that. But like, obviously, she's gonna get attention. She's the nicest. So it's like I've been going my separate way. I know what it is. I'm not gonna sleep with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, like it's like what that has led to is just a bit of friction. You know, obviously, when we see each other, she'll still greet, or I'll greet sometimes. But it's like obviously, because I've made the logical decision, I switch my whole mood. I'm no more treating her nice like I used to, right? So it's like a dissatisfied. From her perspective, she can probably tell that something's wrong. She knows what's going on, obviously, but you know, she'll act like she doesn't. But yeah, it's just like self-respect is needed. You know what I'm saying? It's like keep it pushing. You know, I'll talk about this like, you know, like let me put it plain and simple. Like obviously, because I've been pulled back. There was a time I saw her. You know what I'm saying? As I was about to greet, she pulled me with the, and I knew she did that on purpose, right? She did that knowing I'm gonna think about it. Probably not knowing I'm gonna speak about it, but like she knew what she was doing, right? Like planting that seed. But which for me, I was like, you know, obviously take a step back, even though I'm attracted to her or whatever. It's like I just see it as a game. I don't see it anything like, I don't see it being of value. I don't look at that gesture on some, ooh, she's catching something for me. It's just like a, you know what I'm saying? So then, yeah, like I just kept it pushing. Like maybe right after that, I had seen her the next day. Then I had passed behind her, right? I didn't greet her, but then she's like, oh, hey. Like, she heard me greet her. I don't know, just this weird thing. But like, at the end of the day, she doesn't care. Like, I was writing in my rap, I'm surrounded with heartless people. But like, if we look at society, we're living amongst heartless people. Even girls, like, they don't care, man. So also, you keep it pushing. Like, self-respect is needed. Otherwise, you'll just allow yourself to be disrespected. Like, and that's what you shouldn't do. Girl number 6. I think I'll end here because I'm over an hour. Yo. Yeah. Forgive me. But like girl number 6. Girl number 6, she's also at my work. So she liked me, right? Like I assumed she liked me from the energy she was giving. And also like to be truthful, like she's not as attractive, right? So I feel like she purely liked me because of the dynamic. Like I consider myself an 8.9, 8.5, you know, around there. So like because she's under, I understood the attraction, right? But yeah, with her, she was straight giving me love vibes. Not love vibes, but like interested, right? Like friendship. Obviously, women are never like, I want to be with you. I like certain women, but it's really, it's just like she'll start treating you nice. As girls have said, like they'll start just showing up where you are. It's that whole thing, right? So I picked up on the whole thing. I was like, okay. Then I had explained to her. Funny enough, she came to my work, right? And she said I must take pictures of her. So I took pictures of her on my phone. Yes, I first used her phone, but she doesn't have a good camera, right, on her phone. Let me just put it like that. So I used my phone because I have an iPhone. Took pictures. Then I was like, okay, let me get your number. I'll send them to you. Then, because I had already seen the whole dynamic, I was like, you know what? Don't expect much from me. I sent a message on the words of, you know what? Because also, like, during that time, I was going through this weird friendship thing between me and this other girl. So I was like, you know what? And right now, I'm not looking to do female friends. You might get hurt. Don't expect nothing from this. Wada. So she's like, why would I get hurt? What are we keeping it casual? Okay, whatever. Fast forward. I don't know what transpired, but like we ended up talking. Then I just explained to her that I don't want female friends. Then, funny enough, there's I'm gonna call her Dr. M, right? This is not her name, but Dr. M is a certain student who came to shadow. This is TMI, but who came to shadow who the boss I work for a couple of days. And me and Dr. M went to get lunch, right? So just because I'm the receptionist, casual thing, went with her, we got lunch. Me and Dr. M were talking. I also felt like Dr. M, I feel like I assume, right? Dr. M liked me because, funny enough, we went on 2 lunches type of things. So the second time around, we had bought food. And yeah, just a side story, had bought food. And I was like, you know what? Hey, this would go well with the drink. But I didn't say it to her, right? So I was like, ish. I was about to be like, you know what? No, I was like, actually, let's buy drinks and I'll pay for them, right? So we bought drinks with Dr. M. And yeah, when the bill came, she's like, now I'll pay for them. I was like, but like, I've always known, like, if girls are into you, they'll do nice gestures for you. And I feel like I'm a handsome guy. So I've always also experienced this side of female nature where I can't settle because I see what girls are willing to do if they like you. Because not any girl would have just paid for the drinks, right? And yeah, to quickly segue, girl number 3, right? I feel like she's interested. That's why she's playing all these games, because she was willing to see me, right? As I say, she's like, can we reschedule? Also, another thing is, when I was discussing to her like how we're gonna get to the certain venue, she like offered like, okay, you know what, at least let me get myself there. When I was paying for the ticket, because I was at the mall for the parking, she's like, no, I'll pay, I have this money. So like, she was willing, but it wasn't, like, at the end of the day, it's like, it's bare minimum. Yeah. Anyways, girl number 6 sees me basically eating with Dr. M. So girl number 6 hits me with when she sees me, like, oh, I thought you didn't want to be friends with women. Like, why don't you want to be my friend? I was like, oh, you're tripping. Hey, I was like, you tripping? Like, me and Dr. M are not friends, right? And I don't want to explain, like, Dr. M. It's like, why am I even explaining? Like, we're not friends. Everything I told you wasn't a lie. But like, yeah, so we went on this whole, you don't want to be my friend type of vibe, weird, you know what I'm saying? Until like, eventually, she said she had gotten a boyfriend. We started talking less. She works not so far from my shopping center. So maybe she comes there to get food and everything, but like, she doesn't work within. So she started coming to the shopping center less and less, which I accepted, right? I was like, okay, you know what? I don't feel like it was specifically for me that she was coming. But like, since there was this whole, weirdness, and you know what I'm saying, I feel like I knew she liked me. I assumed it. Feelings, felt disappointed, like I was making friends. I just don't want to be her friend. She stopped coming less. And yeah, funny enough, right? We're chatting because I had her number, obviously, because I had sent her pictures. I kept her number. So then, before, like, around that time when she was still on some, I saw you with this girl, you don't want to be my friend. I was explaining to her, I was like, you know what? Okay, let's just be friends. I was like, I'm gonna take that chance. Let me be friends. She's still acting weird though, like on my side. Then one day, I was like, she's like, I want you to buy me ice cream, right? I was like, I don't have money. When I have money, I see her another time. Then I'm like, let me go buy you ice cream. Oh yeah, where you at? Let me buy you ice cream, right? Then she's like, oh, as a friend, you want to buy me ice cream now? So she's giving me these weird vibes. Anyways, fast forward. You know what I'm saying? Everything kind of like she has this. There's this moment. I'm not explaining it properly, but yeah, she stops coming to the center less and less. She comes one day, I see her, I'm like, hey, what's going on? You know, now she's acting like she doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like oh, I don't have time to talk to you. Which I keep it 100. Okay, do your thing. Fast forward, I go to her workplace, right? First time me being there, she's also a receptionist like me. I get there, it was a good day that day. I get there with a good vibe. I'm like, hey, what's going on, girl number 6? How you doing? She kind of gives me this, oh, what do you want? How can I help you? I was like, you know what I'm saying? Just this face. I was like, anyways, I was like, okay, it's like that. I tell her what I'm there for. I get the stepping. As I'm driving away, I was thinking, you know what? This weird vibes from girls, like, and that's just like a separate thing I want to also end with. But like, I was like, okay, you know what? It's whatever. With girl number 6, we weren't friends, so like I know it where it is now. Like, I'm never speaking to her again. Like, let's rather just, you know what I'm saying? She comes to my work, right? I can hear her outside my work. She's busy speaking with another guy. So then like she's kind of waving at me. Then I'm like, you know what? She comes in. She's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, I don't want to speak to you. She's like, you don't even want to speak. You don't even know what happened. I was like, what happened actually? Cause yeah, so I was like, what happened? And she's like, I was just explaining to this guy outside, right? I call him I was just explaining to your brother that, you know, my boss is such a nosy person. I can't talk when I'm at work. Then I was like, okay, but why are you explaining to my brother? Why are you not explaining to me? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, she also walks off. Just this weird vibe. I see her the other day. She greets me at a different place. I'm like, hey, what's going on? She's like, I'm good. How are you? I'm like, I'm good. Then I was like, you know, I'm not happy with you though because of that whole situation. She's like, I tried explaining to you, but you just said I don't want to speak to you. I'm like, this girl is capping, man. Anyways, I was like, you know what? Yeah, like you know what, it is what it is. She's like, oh, okay. Then I don't know what she said. Then she's like, I see you haven't changed. I'm like, you know what? I only changed for the better. You feel me? But yeah, so like, ever since then, I was like, you know, I just made a lot of logical decision. Like, I'm gonna have self-respect. Like, she gives this weird vibe. Like, she'll talk to you, then when you talk to her, it's like, oh, like, why are you talking to me? I don't know, just like this weird vibe. I was like, okay, you know what? Self-respect. Just don't interact. It's like, I've gotten to a point, it's like, just don't interact with these women. Like, yeah, like, basically, those are my stories. I feel like I do have more, but the video is over an hour. But like, yeah, like, women, truly speaking, because, you know, I don't approach, or most women I keep it platonic with, you know what I'm saying? It's like they give me this weird vibe, it's your boy. Weird. So like, yeah, I've been thinking that like women are so weird. I assume it's my attractiveness, you know what I'm saying, bigging myself up. But like, yeah, women are weird, man. Like, just the things they do, it just will confuse you. But at the end of the day, oh my brothers, this is why you need to have self-respect. Even though it's uncomfortable, it will be uncomfortable, but you just have to keep that self-respect. Don't think with your heart, think with your mind. One thing I've seen is, because a lot of communication is around 80%, they say, is body. So all these women that are not speaking to me, even if they communicate that, like, you know what, they are unhappy or whatever, like, I've already made a logical decision and I'm gonna stick by it. It's like, unless you apologize, unless you somehow figured out what I want from you and you start doing it and you apologize to me and you just start being the person I want from you based on our dynamic, I'm just never gonna speak to you. And yeah, that's what it is. It's your boy Mduduzi. If you've liked, drop a like, comment, subscribe. Peace.